Miko, caramel fur, ruled chaos. His days were a symphony of squawks, screeches, and strategically placed banana peels, all designed to elicit the most spectacular reactions from the jungle's inhabitants. His first victim of the day was Bartholomew, a grumpy badger known for his meticulous grooming habits. Bartholomew was meticulously polishing his claws on a particularly smooth rock when Miko, with a silent grace that belied his chaotic nature, swung down from a branch. He snatched Bartholomew's favorite grooming stick, a perfectly smooth twig, and dangled it just out of reach. Bartholomew huffed, puffing out his cheeks like a disgruntled balloon, and attempted to reach it, his efforts only serving to make him look even grumpier. Miko shrieked with laughter, a sound like rusty hinges, and tossed the twig into a nearby puddle. Next, Miko set his sights on Esmeralda, a flamboyant peacock known for her iridescent plumage. Esmeralda was preening, her feathers shimmering like 1,000 jewels, preparing for her daily strut through the jungle. Miko, ever the opportunist, crept up behind her and, with a swift movement, plucked a single feather from her tail. Esmeralda let out a shriek that could curdle milk, turning around to find Miko perched smugly on a branch, the stolen feather held aloft like a trophy. He then proceeded to use the feather to tickle the nose of a sleeping sloth, causing a comical cascade of leaves and sleepy groans. His antics weren't limited to small pranks. One day, Miko decided to redecorate the home of Ferdinand, a rather pompous hippopotamus who believed his mud wallow was the epitome of jungle chic. Miko gathered a collection of brightly colored berries, leaves, and particularly pungent flowers, and proceeded to adorn Ferdinand's mud wallow with this eclectic assortment. When Ferdinand emerged from his afternoon nap, he was met with a sight that could only be described as horticultural horror. His usually pristine mud wallow was now a riot of color and scent, a far cry from his preferred minimalist aesthetic. Ferdinand, speechless, with a mixture of outrage and bewilderment, could only stare as Miko swung from a nearby tree, howling with laughter. Even the normally placid elephants weren't immune to Miko's mischievousness. He once convinced a group of young elephants that a particularly large, shiny beetle was a delicious treat. The ensuing chaos, involving a stampede of confused elephants and a very bewildered beetle, was legendary throughout the jungle. Miko, naturally, watched the whole thing from a safe distance, his amusement echoing through the trees. However, Miko's reign of terror wasn't without its challenges. One day, he pushed his luck a little too far.